no one warned you about this part of life. Not because they didn't care, not because they wanted you to suffer, but because they were struggling with it themselves. There is a phase of life no one talks about, a phase where everything feels heavier, quieter, and more personal, where you wake up and suddenly realize there are no instructions anymore, there are no guarantees, and there is no one who will do the work for you. It's the part of life where your childhood ends, even if you're already an adult, and your real life begins, even if you feel unprepared. This is the part no one warned you about, but the Stoics understood it deeply. And once you understand what they knew, you stop feeling lost and you start feeling strong. There comes a moment, usually sudden, where life stops holding your hand. You remember how things used to be. People told you what to do. There were rules. There was structure. There were expectations. Even if you didn't like it, it was guidance. Then one day, it vanishes. Now the world expects you to direct yourself. Nobody asks if you're okay. Nobody reminds you of deadlines. Nobody pushes you to improve. And the hardest part? No one tells you that this shift is normal. You feel like you're the only one struggling with this new silence. But the Stoics wrote about this 2,000 years ago. Marcus Aurelius said, "It is not that life is hard, it is that we expect it not to be." This is the first shock. Life stops guiding you because it expects you to guide yourself. Most people fall apart here, but you won't, because once you recognize this phase, you can start mastering it. Here's something uncomfortable. Every decision you make from this point forward counts. Every habit you keep shapes your destiny, and every excuse destroys a piece of your future. When you're young, responsibility feels optional. When you're older, it feels overwhelming. No one warns you that the world is not moved by your potential, only by your actions. You can be intelligent and still unsuccessful. You can be talented and still invisible. You can be kind and still taken advantage of. Life doesn't care about what you could do. Life only responds to what you actually do. Epictetus wrote, "You are responsible for your own improvement. No one else can carry that burden for you." This part of life feels harsh at first, but it is also liberating, because once you accept complete responsibility, something changes. You stop waiting. You stop hoping. You stop blaming. You start building. This is the point where average people crumble, but strong people begin to rise. No one warns you about the loneliness that comes with growth. Not sadness, not depression, just a quiet emptiness that appears when you start taking life seriously. Suddenly, you find yourself drifting away from people you used to connect with. You start caring about things they don't care about. You stop wasting time the way they do. You stop needing validation. You stop craving attention. You begin to notice that your circle shrinks, not because you want it to, but because not everyone can walk the path you are choosing. Seneca said, "The greater part of progress is the desire to progress," meaning, the moment you want to grow, you naturally outgrow people who are comfortable staying the same. This loneliness is not a punishment. It's a filter. It removes those who can't go where you are going. And once you learn to stand strongly in this solitude, you start accessing a deeper version of yourself. A quieter, wiser, more disciplined self that most people never meet. No one warned you how quickly time starts moving. As a child, a year feels endless. As an adult, a year feels like a month. And if you're not careful, 10 years can disappear while you're distracted. The Stoics track time relentlessly. They wrote about the danger of drifting through life without direction. Seneca warned, "Life is long if you know how to use it, but we waste much of it repeating what we hate." You were not warned about the speed of time because people around you are also shocked by it. Most of them drown in routine. Wake up, survive, sleep, repeat. But the Stoics urge you to wake up, not physically but mentally, to say, "I will not lose another year to hesitation. I will not lose another year to fear. I will not lose another year to distraction." Your life changes the moment you become aware of how precious time really is. Not someday, not later, now. No one warned you that you would outgrow your old self and that this process would hurt. Growth sounds exciting until you start living it. You outgrow unhealthy habits. You outgrow people who drain you. You outgrow places that keep you stuck. You outgrow the version of yourself that was comfortable being small. But letting go is painful. Your old life feels familiar. Your new life feels uncertain. Most people stay trapped in their old identity because it feels safer. But the Stoics believed that identity is not something you protect. It's something you continually refine. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "What stands in the way becomes the way." Your old self is now the obstacle. Your resistance to change is the barrier. Your comfort is the cage. This part of life is brutal because you feel like you're losing parts of yourself. But in reality, you're upgrading. This is the part no one explains. Growth is not adding more. Growth is removing what no longer fits. No one warned you that hardship is not optional. It is inevitable, and more importantly, essential. The Stoics saw adversity as a teacher disguised as pain, a mentor disguised as loss, a guide disguised as challenge. Epictetus taught his students that the world is neutral. Only your interpretation makes it unbearable or empowering. Every setback builds discipline. Every rejection sharpens resilience. Every failure increases wisdom. Every heartbreak strengthens emotional clarity. Life is not trying to destroy you. Life is training you. But most people never understand this because they spend their energy resisting the lessons instead of embracing them. The Stoics developed a habit. Whenever something difficult happened, they asked, "What is this trying to make me? Stronger, wiser, calmer, or more capable?" Once you adopt this mindset, nothing breaks you anymore. Because you stop asking, "Why is this happening to me?" And you start asking, "How can this shape me?" This shift will change your life. Here is the truth almost no one figures out. Life becomes easier when you stop expecting it to be easy. The moment you accept that difficulty is part of the human experience, difficulty loses its power over you. You become calm under pressure. You become grounded during chaos. You become stable in uncertainty. You become dangerous in the best possible way, because nothing controls you anymore. This is what the Stoics meant by inner freedom. Freedom is not the ability to do whatever you want. It is the ability to remain unshaken no matter what happens. And once you reach this point, where life's challenges feel like training instead of punishment, you become unbreakable, not because you avoid hardship, but because you can face it without losing yourself.